Dun, 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 dun. Love and Hip Hop New York, Season 7, Episode 4 and Episode 5. Tonight was a good night for Love and Hip Hop. People that used to review Love and Hip Hop and has chosen not to review it anymore, they mad tonight because tonight was a good episode to review, to watch, whatever. Alright, Remy Ma wasn't in the episode. We still haven't seen Peter Guns yet. But, we know they still in the show. Tyra and Mina, are they going to be on the show one episode? Not sure. My voice is probably, it's a little raspy right now because I've been trying to get over a cold. And usually, like, when it gets into the winter weather, I usually come down with something. So, it's normal. I'm going to go ahead and talk about something else a little bit later on. So the show starts off with looking at some bomb shoes. And guess who has the bomb shoes? Yandy. I liked it. Had a little bow and diamonds or whatever. They were some cute shoes. She at Palisades Park getting ready to meet up with her mother-in-law or her pretend mother-in-law because they saying that they not really married. They had a spiritual wedding or something like that. Who knows? I mean, Mona Scott, she wanted to have a wedding that she supposedly paid for, had it sponsored by her and everything, and come to find out it's not even a real wedding. Whatever. So they catching up because, last episode, Kim, she was taken off in an ambulance because she was having chest pains, and come to find out she wasn't eating good because she stressed out about what's going on with Little Mendeecees and, Samantha not taking care of her child and, people not being honest with the situation that's going on. So, Yandy is saying she just so tired of the bitter baby mamas, because they keep complaining or whatever and he's away in jail and we have to just keep these kids together. The point is the kids are siblings and they should know each other, and it shouldn't be because the baby mother is mad because they wasn't chose to be the wifey taking care of business while their man is away. And that's what it looked like to me, because later on they're going to meet up for Little Mendeecees or Samir, whatever, Erica's child, somebody's graduation, but I think it was Little Mendeecees. Okay, next comes Rich. Rich, we see his daughter Ashley again, and he's going to do summer daycare this time because remember last time, Ashley was a little rambunctious and she was doing things that, was a little out of the ordinary for her mother, and the mother snatched her back and took her back home instead of going to her retreat. One of the reasons that she let her daughter go stay with her father, because they not together. So the mother came to drop the daughter off to let her spend the summer with her daddy. And Rich is like he wants to do this also because, hey, his daughter's getting ready to be going off to college soon, so he's trying to spend as much time as he possibly can. So she like, yeah, she all down for it because she knows it's going to be all about her and everything. Well, come to find out, Rich got a new girl, another girl, not Moniece that he was with in L.A. He got a new girl that he met, I guess, while he was still in L.A. after breaking up with Moniece, named Jade. So I'll talk more about that in a second because, say that in a second. Cardi B, she in the studio doing her thing, and she uses Swift's phone because that's her producer or whatever, and if her phone dies, she uses his phone. Well, while using the phone, she ends up seeing that he getting texts from his girlfriend from London, Asia. And the point that, really stuck to her, because she probably would have just stopped looking at the messages had her name involved in talking about Cardi in a way that she did not like. She felt disrespected. So when Swift came in the studio, she was like, who is this? And he just said, this is my girlfriend. He didn't deny the fact, didn't, put her down as something other than the girl that he with. And she really didn't care either because she's still talking about her dude, Tommy, that's in jail right now. And they had some pictures on the internet how this dude Tommy look, and he looks a little, but he's cute though. He got some juicy lips. And she basically was like she gonna have to smack her on sight because, you know, she don't like the disrespect. And Swift did not like try to stop her from having such anger that, you know, she want to smack his girlfriend when she see her, because he told her that the girlfriend is coming in town. DJ Self, he's still trying to get this Gwinnett Entertainment going. And remember last season he was trying to work with Mariah Lynn or whatever. Well, now he wants to make her the first lady of Gwinnett Entertainment. And Mariah Lynn, you know, she meets up with him and she like, well, if I'm going to be a part of the Gwinnett team, she wants to be top priority. She doesn't want no one else to, you know, on top of her, you know, because she's going to be the first lady. Well, he was basically saying she was going to be top priority, but she had to sign a contract, get the lawyers to look over the contract, and then we can get this thing going. Weeks and stuff is going by. Mariah Lynn is taking a long time to let him know if she's going to be the first lady. So, you know, it's going to be a little bit of an issue with that. Okay, Snoop realized that she needs to try to work things out with her baby Jay. And, you know, she wants things to work out, but she wants her to calm down. And baby Jay, she is just like, you know, she can't be dealing with the shenanigans. So Snoop meets up with the girl Sophie Green to let her know that, you know, hey, I got a girl, but I still, you know, want to let you know that, you know, you can work with me, or maybe not work with me, because she really wanted to let her go and let her know that she could probably hook her up with Juelz Santana. And Sophie was like, she all in for it, because she's all about the hustle, you know. She realizes even though she all about the music, she has to do these podcasts. She has to, you know, get herself on TV. She has to get on the radio, because you can't just be a one-trick pony if you're trying to get in the industry nowadays. So, you know, she basically lets her know that she's ready. And Snoop like, dang, she wants to work with her. But when I was watching the scene, I was just like, dang, didn't Jay Adrian come in town so that she can get, you know, her acting going on? So I was like, what? This is a little weird. Yandy, she's mad. She hasn't seen her kids. Well, she's the stepmother, or, you know, she's the person that's with the father of the kids often, that she's around his kids. So, you know, she knows she didn't birth them. She got 2 kids of her own, but she hasn't seen them for months or whatever, and she just don't understand what's going on. So, like I said a little earlier, Mendeecees was having a little graduation party, and Kim is there, so she's well from her panic attack that she had. But she wants to give the baby mothers and Yandy time to talk. So when she left, you know, Yandy basically was like, hey, why are you keeping the kids away from me? And Samantha was like, it's not even like that. You know, I just need you to respect me. If you just respect me, because I work hard as the mother, and, you know, you be disrespecting me, blah, blah, blah. And the other baby mother, Erica, she just sitting there like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut for now. And Samantha, you know, she just like, hey, I just need your respect. But, you know, I did think that Samantha was going a little far. I don't really want to, you know, get into this baby mother stuff, because it's a hard topic. But when what Yandy said in a couple seconds I'm about to say, I agree with it. Erica comes in, she all like, hey, I was with him, you was the one behind me. And Yandy was like, hey, this break baby thing, I'm serious about it, because you were like, you knew about me and you didn't care that he had a girlfriend. Maybe they was having problems or whatever, but, you know, her husband, her man told her that you basically didn't care that he had a girlfriend and you was going to do whatever. And Erica was like, hey, we traveled the world together, we bought apartments and stuff together, so she just wasn't no side piece or whatever. So she wanted the respect that she wasn't a side piece. And Yandy just like, hey, you got to take that up with him, because I'm the wife and I'm not going to give you no respect when it comes to you having a valid relationship with the dude that I told you that I was with, the same time that you saying that you was with him. So Yandy was like straight clear with that. And she's never going to give her no validation. And yeah, so Asia comes in town and she basically lets us know that she met Swift on Instagram and they've been together for a while, and she really wants to be with him and she wants their relationship to, get stronger. So they meet at a restaurant, and Swift, really doesn't want to talk about the issues with Cardi, because his girl is in town and he wants her to be happy, and, when she get back on the plane, not to leave upset. But Asia wants to talk about it, and she comes to the point of just asking him, have you ever cheated? And he basically lied because he's the one that went in for the kiss with Cardi. So Sophie, she puts her location for the audition that Snoop supposedly hooked up for her. The same Snoop that's with baby J Adrian. She ain't hooking her up with no auditions, but Snoop ended up saying that, hey, she knew that Jay wasn't going to go for that rinky-dink audition, so she just let Sophie have it. I don't know. That's what Snoop said. So, she shows up at her audition because on Instagram or on the internet or whatever, her location was set. So she went to go run up on her to see what's up with her and let her know how she don't like that that Snoop got a girl and you feeding her strawberries, basically. Sophie Green, she got a lot of sass. She basically got buck with baby J, and she was basically saying, I'm a hustler, you not, I'm not trying to be arguing about this, I'm all about that paper, you need to be about that paper. And basically Sophie Green ended up calling her a hood rat, and Jay pushed the table, and the security was on him like straight like that. And basically Jay ended up leaving out, calling her all kinds of names, and she don't like her, and she's mad at Snoop because you hooking her up with auditions and stuff, and she left her child to pursue her career, and Snoop ain't doing nothing for her, so she's pissed about that. Rich has his daughter Ashley meet Jade. Jade walks in with the same kind of booty shorts that Asia wears, and she's already frustrated with her. And Jade just feels like, I'm 24, I'm a paralegal, we're going to do the bi-coastal relationship, you should like me because I'm me. And the daughter is just like, no, you're only 24 years old, you're very close to my age, and you came to meet me in some booty shorts, and I don't like that because first impressions matter. So, for some reason with Jay being a paralegal and, somebody that's trying to get with the older man, she didn't know how to meet the daughter, because she even said over and over again, I wanted to meet your daughter. So you knew you was meeting a girl and you wanted to dress like a girl too. And she says she's been through a lot in her life, and so she feels like she's ready for her relationship with Rich. And Ashley was like, whatever. Jay Adrian, she comes down the steps to meet Snoop at a club or whatever. When she came down the steps, I like the little skirt she had. I got a couple skirts like that. And she basically says that she needs to put Snoop on a 30-day probation. And Snoop is like, probation? Whew, this is a long review. I might have to do this in a two-parter. But she like, I don't know about that. And Snoop is like, she was adopted, and that she believes that Jay Adrian got with her, not worrying about her being the actress or whatever. She liked her for her, and so she do want to try to work it out with Jay Adrian, but it's hard because she don't want to be fighting, and she don't want to be on no probation. So Cardi B, this is getting close to the episode, and I think I might have to do a two-parter to this, because I'm like, what? This camera is going? But anyway, Cardi B, she performing, she looking good on stage, and she proud of herself or whatever. And Swift, he looking like he alright, too. And he believing that Asia got on a plane back to London. So Swift got Cardi B going back to his hotel room, and who's in there putting roses and stuff in the room? Asia. So when she sees her, everybody's looking all frustrated, and Cardi B just goes off top. She like, why are you talking about me? Why do I see text messages? What's your problem? And she basically went after Asia. And she did tell Swift that when she see her, she's gonna smack her on sight, and that's exactly what she did. And Asia was crying. She basically was like, I'm done with you. I'm not going to do this no more. You didn't, you know, protect me or whatever. And Cardi was mad at Swift too, talking about you letting your girl disrespect me. I'm throwing you out of the tour. It's done. It's done. Da-da-dee. So Swift, he was just quiet, you know. He didn't know what to do. He was like, "Are y'all done?" That's about all he said. And he said this with security and everything around. So Swifty is a little shifty. Yeah. So that's the end of episode 4, which was called Keeping It Poppin', I believe. And I'm gonna go ahead and I don't know. I'm gonna just go ahead and keep going. Episode 5 is called Past and Present. It starts off with, where's the hoe? Cardi B, she left the hotel room, but she came back to the hotel room, and Asia, she gone. And Swift is just like, whatever, I'm mad, I can't believe, you know, you acting like this, you gotta calm down, you know, this is like, we supposed to be a team. And Cardi was like, you got me all upset. And then the cameras went black because she ended up putting her hands on Swift. And Swift was like, oh no, I'm not going to be able to work with you because you're not going to be acting like this. And Cardi ends up looking a little stupid, and I think she knew she went too far, because if you already got a man, how can you let some man let you get so out of control that you put your hands on him? And then I bet you expected him not to put his hands back on you. So women, get it together, because if y'all going to be putting your hands on these dudes, do not be surprised if they put their hands back on you. Later on in the show, she meets up with her sister at a restaurant, and her sister lets her know, what, you fighting over some dude? No, don't do that, especially if he's not doing nothing for you. And Cardi was like, that's right, and she ends up feeling like she needs to apologize, even though that's something that she usually, you know, won't do. But her sister is all in agreement with that. So yeah, I just messed up my G. Okay, so Snoop, she ends up wanting to be with, what's his name, DJ Self and Rich Dollaz. They meet at the basketball court. She basically reveals her problems to them, and they like, dang, you shouldn't be in a relationship if you're not happy or whatever. And yeah. Then Self talks about, he ends up offering Mariah Lynn a contract, but she's not, you know, responding to the contract decisions. And Rich is like, what? You want to work with Mariah Lynn? Because he feels like her music is trash. You know, remember last season what happened with Cisco, Rich, and her, the love triangle and whatnot. And since she's not letting him know about the contract, he ends up finding some other female to represent his Gwinnett team, because he trying to get it on and popping. Her name is Major Galore. And yeah. And he ends up telling his people's Rich, I'm talking about, he ends up saying he's playing the good guy role and he wants to be with Jade or whatever, but he trying to dodge her right now because of the meeting with his daughter, and he just don't want to fight about, you know, the daughter not liking her. Kimbella meets up with Juju. Juju is in a relationship with Cam'ron. Cam'ron and Juju been in a relationship for over a decade. And from what I gather from later on when Cam'ron and Juju meet up, they've known each other since 2002. They made it official in 2008. And that's what she say. And he was playing, I guess, talking about, nah, we've been official since 2014. But I think he ends up agreeing that they've been together since 2008. So like a 9-year committed relationship. While meeting with Kimbella, Adrian shows up. And it's like she ends up like coming out of nowhere, hugging her and stuff. And when she sees Juju, she wants to hug her too, so she's a hugger and whatnot. And she sits down with them at the restaurant, and she reveals her problems that she's having with Snoop. And Juju is like, what? You put her on a 30-day probation. I don't think you want your relationship to work if you doing this probation stuff. So, you know, she looking at Adrian as if she's a little bit immature with her relationship with Snoop, because she's met Snoop in the past. They not best friends or anything, but she knows her. And I already talked about Hennessy and Cardi B meeting up. So, you know, and I'm seeing the blue hair thing going on. When I was in my 20s, well, even younger, I like blue. Blue's my favorite color. But I always wanted my hair to be blue. But my mother, she was not going for stuff like that. But now they rocking full blue hair wigs and everything. I'm wondering if I should do something like that. Nah. I don't. Nah. Okay. So yeah, so I don't have to talk about Cardi B anymore, and basically the sister is like, don't be whack, stay away from whack dudes. We see Sky this episode. She looking cute. She getting off her motorcycle or whatever. She's going to meet up with her dude, Drewski. They haven't really had too much conversation since the last meeting at her launch of her strip and fitness. And so they having like a little bit of a rough patch in their relationship. And Drewski is just like, hey, you know, we need to not beef. I let you in on everything in our relationship. I try to have like a little, you know, partnership with you. We don't live together. We're working on being together. He feels like he's the come up for Sky, and Sky feels like, what? You know, she doesn't feel like he's no come up for her. And Drewski was like, she used to mess with all these millionaires, but she still was living in the hood. I got her out the hood. So, you know, what's real about their relationship, we're going to find out later on. We see that, you know, Sky ends up throwing some bread at Bianca in a later episode. Yeah. Cameron meets up with his girl, Juju, at a restaurant, and she wants a baby. And Cameron is basically like, okay, I guess we can work on that. And I already discussed that they had like a little tit-for-tat of how long they've been in a committed relationship. And basically Juju was like, I'm the one, and everybody knows it. Let's make it official. Let's make it official. She in the studio recording with Drewski. Bianca, she is going to be on the track for Let's Make It Official. And she basically like, stop looking at me with those eyes. And then him is like, you want me to move? I'll move. You know, playing these little games. And he basically doing it for them checks. Okay, they go to this playroom lounge where Gwenin is going to introduce his I don't know, his Gwenin winning. And Mariah Lynn shows up with Sky. Mariah Lynn shows up because she wants to end up signing the contract. So she got a copy of the contract, and her lawyer got the other copy of the contract, and supposedly she's about ready to sign. She comes to this Gwenin event not to perform, but to sit pretty while they at this club where, you know, performances was going on for the Gwenin Entertainment business. So I was a little confused by that. By the time was getting ready to go on stage, he introduces Major Galore. And she introduces herself when she comes out on stage as the first lady for Gwenin Entertainment. And Mariah Lynn is completely upset because she was getting ready to think about signing because she knew she was going to be #1. And when she found out that she said that she was first lady, she's basically done with that. At the end of the performance, she sees DJ Self and basically rips up the contract, and she was like, you ain't even doing right. You told me I was going to be a priority. DJ Self basically was like, I didn't tell you it was going to be a priority. He did just say she was going to be a priority, but oh well. So yeah. Then she, instead of leaving the club and letting Rich, you know, do his hookah thing, drink his drink or whatever, she goes over to him because DJ Self said that, you know, Rich wanted to be cool. So instead of her letting Rich come to her, she went to him because she heard that Rich wanted to be cool. I heard you wanted to be cool. And Rich was like, what? You heard that from who? And she basically was like, oh, so that's another lie DJ Self said. So I got a few things I want to tell Rich anyway. So I'm going to just go ahead and let him have it. She basically clowns him, tells him that, hey, you drinking all your own drink, because, you know, he has a liquor that he has out. So you not even doing nothing, I'm doing stuff with my career, even though we know she's a free agent and she's ripping up contracts. And I still haven't heard any. I'm back, and it's about to cut off again because the review was long because I was trying to do 2 episodes. Rich meets his girl Jade at his restaurant, and Jade is upset that he did not defend her against his 16-year-old daughter, and she's mad at him about that, even though they only been in a relationship for about 6 months. And he like, what? Are you already acting like this? And Monique shows up at the end of the episode, and that's how it goes off. So that was Love and Hip Hop, New York. Season 7, Episode 4 and 5. I'm a little upset that Rihanna was not nominated at the Grammys for Album of the Year because that album rocked my world, but hey, she's still the bomb. Beyonce was nominated, her Lemonade album, and I'm like, what? They both should have been there, but hey, I'll still be watching the Grammys anyway. So, yeah, gotta fix this memory in this camera, and I'll check you out next time. Peace out, guys.